But before all this, you should see the ship that we went into. There was a big army ship, and maybe 3 of them were going into the big Atlantic Ocean. Took us 9 days. 9 days to get to Germany. People were throwing up. They go out on the banister, to get some air, and they're throwing up, and throwing up is flying through the air, and you're getting hit by that.
Oh my goodness.
And one of my jobs was to give the pills out before they got up off the steps to get on the plank. And I was giving them pills. Some worked, some didn't work. And the beds were like 6 deep. Because we had to fit all those people. Maybe we had like 300 people on one ship. And we had like 3 or 4 ships going at one time. And I don't know if that was every day like that. Get all these people in. And when you got it was called Bremerhaven. From New York to Bremerhaven, Germany. We got, and we went on the Class 3 railroad. They had wooden seats. Wooden seats. Oh my gracious. And that took us a couple hours before we came to southern Germany. We were 30 miles, it was called Aschaffenburg, 30 miles away from Frankfurt, Germany. When we started our big training, and we trained and trained every day. Sometimes I had guard duty to guard the ammunition dump. Can you imagine one of those things? They were all piled up. If that ever exploded, I would go with them. But I had to guard it. You know, you were on like, you work 2 hours and you're off for 4. You work 2 hours and you're off for 4. And that lasts for a whole day. Then you get a new batch of people coming in to guard the ammunition dump. And there's 2 things you do when you go into service. KP, which is washing the dishes when it's all done to all these soldiers. And the other one is guard duty, where you're guarding all extensive, dangerous parts. But when we went in the English Channel between France and England, we saw the mountains with their lights on the mountains. The snow. Snow is there winter and summer. And everybody's calling each other, come on, let's go see that. Let's get on board and watch them. And he made a song out of that. The White Cliffs of Dover.
The White Cliffs of Dover?
White Cliffs of Dover. D-O-V-E-R. Popular song in our days. They don't play that anymore.
Did you get any other music while you were there?
Mm.
While you were stationed, did you get any other music besides just the White Cliffs of Dover?
Ah, yeah. They brought the songs over from the United States to play over there for the GIs. We were called GIs, government issue, GI. We were only bought by the service, we weren't there on our own. I remember walking the streets of Germany one day with my friend, and one of the officers walked by us, and we forgot to salute them. And we got chewed out, oh my gracious.
Really?
Of course we didn't salute him.
Is that how extensive, like,
Yeah.
the view
It was
from...
like West Point, you know,
Oh my.
being in the service.
How about when you were on furlough?
On furlough.
You on furlough once? With all your money in your wallet?
They what?
Your money in your wallet?
They gave you a furlough while you were in Germany. They take off from the army. They give you 2 weeks, and I had a friend from Indiana. He was Polish, and we were in different outfits. You go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You know, you're in one of those outfits with a letter in front of it. And I went to school. There was 12 of us. There was 25 soldiers, and 13 flunked. They were out. They couldn't do the job. There was 12 left. And I graduated 6th in my class. Then I was moved from wherever I was in K or L or to headquarters, because I was the big gun already.
What was your job from school? What
Dots and dashes.
That's what you did in headquarters?
Yeah, right. And also the radio. And they want to send me to school to repair these radios. And they're going to send me to Hitler's hideout in the mountains.
No way.
Yeah, where you used to go skiing and all that. And guess what? I refused. I just didn't think I could fix these radios. But they thought I was good at it because I don't know, you know. I should have tried it. I would have been repairing radios at home.
From your island in Hawaii.
Is that how rare that job was?
Yes. So what happened, I was a radio operator for a major. There was a major and a driver of the Jeep. And I sat in the back with all my equipment in the back seat, with the radio and the dots and dashes, and we were going through the mountains of Germany. I lived in a Jeep. When I got out, the guy wanted to sell me a Jeep. I said, I don't want a Jeep, I want a car. But they sell Jeeps now, as cars, you know. Birch's Garden. I saw Hitler's army of horses, where he had his stables. I saw a lot of stuff that Hitler had, which we wiped out during the war. And so on.
Was it scary?
Huh?
Was it scary seeing it?
Scary?
Seeing Hitler stuff? I mean, you knew the extent of Hitler.
Yeah, no, just hearing the word Hitler. Now, he tortured all the people also.
So, how do you think this combat contributed to the Cold War?
Yeah, that's a good question. But, while it was on, it was the Cold War, but once the war was over, the Cold War was over also. No. We didn't hear that too much about the Cold War. It's just the people now who used to say it. But while we were in it, we didn't know There was a Cold War.
Was it just the fear of the USSR during that time? Is
Right.
that what you would now call the Cold War? Just the fear of the USSR?
Yeah. Now, all these, now after all the wars and after Korean War, came what? The Vietnam War, is it?
Yeah, Vietnam.
And then the longest war we have now is 18 years, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That's the longest war. But everything north is communist, everything south is capitalist. Every country is chopped in half. Up, down, up, down. Now, Tito isn't from Iran or someplace. That country wants to make it all in one. But the guy from the north said, nah, we're going to keep it north and south. That would really be a plus for us if we can keep that country all in one as us, capitalist us, not Korean, not communists. But that 2 years seemed like 20 years that we were in the service.
Really?
Took a long time to get 20 years. And you went in healthy, and you took a checkup. If there was something wrong with you, you had to stay in there until you got cleared.
Really?
There was a thing called syphilis.
Uh-oh.
People used to get that. They couldn't get discharged. They had to stay there until they were cured, or any other diseases that they popped up with. But those 2 years was really, they took a drain out of your body. I don't know how these guys are reenacting for 3 years, for 6 years. And I came in as a private and I left as a corporal. I could have made sergeant if I went to school, probably, for radio and codes. Now the guys that came in 1, 2, and 3 in our class were probably people who did this when they were while they were civilians. Like we had a neighbor a couple doors down. He does that. You know, dots and dashes, Mr. Gallman. Yeah, and those people, they were probably doing that as a hobby. And when they went in, boy, they wiped all of us out. I was lucky to be number 6. And we had our football teams. We tag teams. I was the quarterback.
Really? You had that going on?
Even though you're a
Yeah.
running back? And,
During...
That was the touch team. We can't get hurt.
oh, yeah. What else besides football did you do for fun?
In the service?
Yeah.
When I first came in, they put me to the side, and they knew I played, and they wanted me to play for the base. I said, no, I just want to go in the service. 2 years, I want to get out. So they let me go. But there were people taking people for a football team that played other battalions and everything. Now, Mr. Leonard, he played in the service.
Amy's dad.
Huh?
Amy's dad?
Who's that?
Amy's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily's father.
Grandfather.
No, Emily's father.
Amy's father.
Who?
Amy.
Amy's father.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Amy's father. He now this doesn't belong to mine, but he played a saxophone, and that's all he did while he was in the service. was playing in the bands.
Ha
I asked him, "Did you ever have KP or anything like that? Any duties of guard duty?" He says, "No. So all he did was play. After 2 years, he was gone. But that was not in my
Play music, kids.
But there, you should see the guys that just wanted to get out there. They acted crazy or something, or just to get out. They just didn't want to be in it.
Do you think the war advanced or hindered America?
Oh, it certainly did advance.
It did?
Sure, it guarded all our people. They were under protection all the time, people. No matter where you see, any country, any base, there was a service people there from the United States. They were all over. We were protected fully. And to this day, we still have service people in the wild west there. Those countries there, they're beasts.
The Mideast?
You know, all those, oh my gracious. From Afghanistan to Syria to, now we're fighting the what do you call those guys?
North Korea.
Taliban?
North Koreans.
No, not North Koreans.
Taliban?
Yeah, the Taliban, but
Oh.
there's somebody else there. The ISIS or
ISIS.
Oh, yeah.
We're fighting them. They must have millions of them. We thought we had the war done, and still a new batch are coming against us. And it's our servicemen fighting there. So we're still in the war, which we don't even know we're in one. Amen. Amen. Don't want to talk about the army anymore. It's out of my mind.
We got 2 more things.